Is this weekend, James. It's this weekend. We're going to dive right into it, but also Dynamite episode number 200. Collision this last Saturday was super controversial. Let's dive into it, man. Wrestling Shoot! Welcome to the Pro Wrestling Shoot. I am Jesse Carter. Joined with me as always, James Pinard Jr. James, what's going on, man?
Oh, same old, you know. Summer's still going, still getting hotter.
Yes, sir.
Wrestling has been on a roll. I'll say that. From the previous week, the ball's rolling for all companies.
Are you in the hundreds where you're at?
Not yet. My parents are in the hundreds.
Wow. So we have gotten 2 days of over 100 degrees this summer.
Just to let you know, you're a little higher than usual on your volume.
Oops. Yep, that'll do it. There you go. We will cut
yes,
that out
hot.
of the audio.
Yeah, but it is hot to the point where I have the fan going on in the room.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. It's been crazy. Sorry about the volume issue, guys. I had my apparently one of my kids was in here playing with my soundboard. Everything was turned all the way up.
Darn kids.
Yeah. It's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah, dude, it has not been over 100 here. Thankfully, we are in like the mid 90s for the most part.
Yeah.
It hasn't been too crazy, dude. It hasn't been too crazy. It's been a very mild summer.
It's a blessing when it's cloudy. I mean, yes, it's humid, but it's a lot better than just having direct sun. Let me see where I'm at. Yeah, right now it's 88 or 85, so it's kind of cooled off. But every time I go to my parents, they're at least in the hundreds, and it's that uncomfortable feeling of when you roll down the windows, you don't want to use the air conditioner. It's like you're being baked in the oven. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, 100%.
It sucks.
I got in my car today to go home from work, and I hadn't started my car. Usually I go and eat lunch or something in my car. It was not that today. So no air conditioning. So as soon as I started it up, man, it was like a heater on top of 96 degrees. So
yeah,
fun stuff, man. Fun stuff. So
negative for tint.
Did you check out Collision this past Saturday?
I did. I haven't watched Collision as much as I would, just, considering it's Saturday.
We got it on DVR, man. You got no excuse. Check it.
I've checked it out. Trust me, I checked it out. Just, we're always busy on Saturdays, but this one,
yeah, me too. I never watch it.
I give it a chance. Yeah, if I watch it live, it's a rare occurrence because I'm usually out or I'm just taking a nap or something.
Yeah, I will catch SummerSlam live this Saturday, but I usually do not catch wrestling live on a Friday or Saturday. But SummerSlam, considering it's SummerSlam, we got some friends coming over, so we're going to do the damn thing, man.
Yep.
Collision was dope, man. Look, my opinion is Collision right now, as it sits, is a lot more interesting than Dynamite. Just throwing it out there.
Noted that. The way it's kind of like a mix of Saturday Night Main Event, like everyone proclaimed it was going to be, but it doesn't there's more story compelling, I would say, compared to like Dynamite, where it's just a match and then we rush to the back. A match, rush to the back.
It feels very old school too, in the sense that it has that Saturday Night Live vibe and like Royal Rumble early '90s vibe. Every time they start the show, I like it, man. I really dig it, and I don't know. Maybe I just like the wrestlers better that are over on Collision as well, man. Andrade,
even the commentary is rubbed off on me very well. It took me a couple weeks.
Commentary's great,
now, yeah. It's a little more different. Dynamite is more comical. These guys are more just, we're here for the wrestling portion.
I need me some more Tony Schiavone, but other than that, commentary is just fine for me, man. I'm digging it. Steve Kelly, what's going on, man? He says, hey, what's Steve? Up? Everything Pro Wrestling, yo. And he says, I'll send you guys some snow. It's not snowing where you guys are at. There's no way. And no, I don't want that. I don't want that buffalo snow, Conrad. That you can keep that crap. It snows quite a bit here, but your guys' snow is unreal.
You can give us a little bit of snow. We just don't have chains. We don't even know what those are here in Southern
James,
California.
You guys would not survive in snow. I promise you.
Dude, we can't even survive in rain. I mean, you think we can drive it? If we can't drive in rain, we're screwed.
Yeah. What'd you think of that ladder match between Andrade and who'd he face? Jeez, right on the top of my head.
What the Buddy
Matthews, yes.
Buddy Matthews. Let's say Murphy.
Dude, these two killed it, man, in this ladder match. I really enjoyed this match.
Yeah, I like the context where the story was going. They hit it right off, with him challenging the House of Black, having his prom with them. This match was icing on the cake. You had a Julia Hart for the spot was, let me just say this, the spots were very on point. Everything seemed to be so perfected, so nicely. No issues whatsoever, even when she dropped into the table.
I forgot how much I missed watching Andrade wrestle until you see him on Collision, man. This dude kills it. He's so freaking good, man.
So in the early states of like NXT, I watched him a little bit. I didn't know who he was. I think he was Andrade Cien Amas or whatever it was back in the day.
Yeah.
And then he paired with Selena, which is still funny to this day that he's gonna go fight Malachi. He's been claiming that he wants to challenge him. It's good to see this guy back on TV. You know?
Dude, it's really good. It's really good. I'm digging it. Everything Pro Wrestling says, I feel like Collision is a better show as well. I like the fact that the commentators don't feel rushed. Things are slowed down. Yeah, so the beginning kind of gets you in because it is rushed, but it's rushed by the competitors, and I feel like I like that better than Excalibur. Just like we got a big show tonight, and this, and this is happening. Like it's a little bit too much for me, but. I like at the beginning how it like really dives into it, and they cut a promo right at the beginning, get you into the show. And you're right, the commentators on Collision are way slowed down compared to.
It's kind of like a Ring of Honor mix, if you will, with it. Yep. They don't announce every match on there, which I'm actually pretty intrigued by. They've only have one announced match for this, card. I know they usually announce some on Dynamite and some on Rampage, but I kind of like the hidden mystery instead of Dynamite already releasing like 3-4 matches a week
100%.
ahead.
100%. Yeah, Conrad says never doubt Buffalo, but no, it's summertime here. But trust me, the snow is coming faster than you think. Us too, man. So for you, it probably hits a little bit sooner than us, but for us, around November. Once November hits, man, it's coming. So
I'm worried. We're supposed to have the hot Christmas this year, so not happy about that one.
Isaiah Hill, he said, yo, what's up, dudes? What's going on, Isaiah? It's good to see you, man. Thanks for joining the chat. Yeah, dude, that ladder match just blew me away, man. And then it also led to the promo between CM Punk. Tony Schiavone comes in the ring. He gets the microphone up to Punk. Punk is saying, everybody wants to know what's in the bag. What's in the bag? Well, he says that he's the real world's champion, and he's here to do business. And then he spray paints the X on the title over the E. Spray paints it and says, the X stands for straight edge, and that means that I'm better than you. I love this, man. Mm-hmm. Classic heel Punk.
It was a matter of time that it's going to happen. They're doing the whole Cena and Punk angle once again. On an AEW spin in the context. So I like it. Yes, I know everyone was throwing their little shade. Oh, he threw it over the E. Well, where else is he going to put it? Over the A, over the W?
I love the memes that they had going on with the X over the W. It was classic, man. Mm-hmm. It was just classic Punk. I really loved the lines. I thought that he delivered perfectly in this. So
yeah, and some little hint of kind of taking a dig at the Elite with, there's things that people don't want to talk about. Well, I'm going to do it.
I just now realized that your headline says X. I hate that you changed that instead of Twitter.
Hey, it's X.
I'm just saying. I don't like that,
X.
man.
Yeah,
I don't like that one bit.
Yeah, well, tell your boy, Mr. Tesla over there.
No, I'm good, man. I'm good. So, yeah, this promo between CM Punk really killed it. I don't understand why this was so controversial, man. I want to dive into something that I hit Conrad with earlier today, man. But I want to ask you first. What do you think? Because the fans are very against each other, right? You're either a Punk fan or you're an Elite fan. And if you're one or the other, you hate each other, right? Like the fans are very divided right now when it comes to AEW. It's the first time that we've ever seen this in wrestling. I don't think I've ever witnessed the fans going against each other with go away heat. Maybe with just like
in the same company.
like, yeah, in the same company, no. Like, it's in the same
Sean
company.
Brett, but he eventually left. So,
yeah, maybe that is true. Maybe
I mean, there's
back in
one,
Attitude
but
Era, you could go back to Canada wearing a Shawn Michaels shirt. You probably would get
you'd
looked
probably
at funny.
get your boot right in your ass. So
Yeah. So, but other than that, it hasn't been this divided, right? Even the locker room's divided, man. Like, you got people coming over here. Like, CM Punk came out with a CM Punk shirt that says "I'm a Collision guy," so that's what he was wearing on Collision.
Yeah.
You know, now we are dividing the roster. Not just the fans, but the roster. Like, what do you guys want to watch, right? Like, it's the weirdest thing. AEW is fighting AEW right now.
It's weird. It's like it's either you're with us or you're with that. You know. It's
what do you think can fix this? Is there any way that we can get the fans back on the same side? What do you think? Because I'm going to throw an idea at you here in a minute.
I've been saying it just like everyone else. Eventually, it's going to come to a point. They're going to all eventually be in the ring and fight it out. Eventually, it's going to either you watch it or you don't. It's going to get the work done. I mean,
but is that going to get the fans back on?
It might.
The same side, the same page. I don't think so. I think that if you put CM Punk against the Kenny Omega or CMFTR versus the Elite or the Hung Bucks, whatever you want to put it up against, I think that the fans are still going to be like, he didn't want to do that. They're gonna say the Elite didn't want to do that.
Well, we'll see. I mean, let's see if they do business. Let's see if they're stiff shots. If they're doing straight business, you know, there might be more respect on, you know, have mutual agreements, and you know, it's said by many wrestlers. You don't have to like each other in this business. You don't. Roman has said that numerous times. Like,
okay, but what do you think will bring the fans back? That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you think would bring the fans back to not hating one another over on AEW? Because right now they're divided. Like, what can fix that? What's your solution, James?
I'm trying to think. I mean, I would think there would be not much, but there would be a little bit of boost to fans of just seeing them wrestle. At some point, there might be some fans changing their minds about it. Like, oh, hey,
so you think that fans would look at it like, oh, they worked their stuff out, they're good now. Now we can cheer Punk. Elite fans say this.
It could.
Like, oh, we can cheer Punk now because of this.
I mean, I like I said, I don't know. Right? It's a tough one, but I mean, that's my number one solution is you got to get these guys to work it out. Tony, I understand you do this whole thing. You know, if they're in the same building, we got to keep them from different sides. I
definitely think that doing business together will lead to the fans coming back, but I threw a weird idea at Conrad earlier, and he was like, he kind of tripped him out. But so I said, dude, why not do an angle where CM Punk joins the Elite? Kenny Omega comes out, CM Punk comes out, and they say, we are not, there's no more divided fans. CM Punk was always Elite. He's all Elite wrestling. He's with us. We've mentioned the brawl out. You know what I mean, in a promo, but obviously don't go into detail because they still can't really talk about that. But
I'll tell you this: that brawl that's going to come out when him and MJF go at it. It's going to come out.
Well, probably. But listen, they come out. They mention the promo. They say, hey, he's all Elite. They team together for a little bit, and then CM Punk turns on him, leading into a Full Gear or leading into a Revolution or whatever you want to lead this into. CM Punk makes the turn, and he goes full-blown heel. Then you can have your CMFTR versus the Hung Bucks. But then the fans will realize, like, oh, well, these guys must have worked it out because CM Punk is now a part of the Elite. You know what I mean? It's a weird thing. I get it, but...
Okay, how do you have him join the group? How does FTR, how does this...
Look, I'm not a booker, man. I'm just saying, like, this is the way that I would angle this going in, just to kind of break that division, right? And bring everybody back together. Because right now, AEW seems a little depressing just from the fans' reaction. Because now we got people booing CM Punk, not because he's not a good wrestler or because they got go away. It's all because of one incident that happened last year.
I think little by little, we're going to, we just had FTR beat Adam Cole and MJF, which was beauty of a match. They're fighting. Who are they fighting? Big Bill and Brian Cage. Eventually, I would think The Bucks are gonna be on the Dynamite 200. I would think maybe we'll get that third match between the Bucks and FTR somewhere in the context. They're gonna get somewhere that match is gonna get weighed when it's CMFTR and the Elite. Somewhere it's gonna come. I don't know when. It could just do it at who knows.
It's not happening at Wembley. I'm telling you.
No,
they're not going to do it at Wembley. I don't even think they're doing it at All Out.
When is Punk ever going to do a media scrum? Is he ever going to do one again, or is it? Hey, that's it.
I wouldn't let him. One. Would you?
So no,
I wouldn't let him. You got people like Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer showing up in those scrums who basically.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'll have popcorn ready to go.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be interesting for all of us. But I'm just saying, like Tony Khan has to realize the danger in that now. CM Punk's not going to just walk out there with a Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer and not say anything to him.
Oh.
They straight buried his name, buried his legacy. They made him look bad in front of every All Elite fan. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was a big stain on the company, if you will.
Yeah, I wouldn't have CM Punk do any media scrums anymore.
No.
And if he does, I wouldn't allow certain people in there. That's
even
for sure.
The Elite. I haven't seen them do one once.
They did one a long time ago, but they're not regulars on the scrum.
Right.
So let's get to some comments right here.
Some way or another, the match is going to come up. I don't know when. It could be starting next year. It could be somewhere around Christmas. I don't know.
I'm telling you, man, have CM Punk join the Elite. They combine hands. They say we are All Elite Wrestling. That gets the fans on the same page. Then the fans realize they have worked this out. They're fine. They're working together now. Then CM Punk can turn and he gets booed, but it's not go away heat. It is just heat. He made that turn on him. We all seen this. It's something that's predictable, but it's good at the same time. You know what I mean?
Could they screw him over for the world title? Could they get involved and you start that whole shenanigans?
But that's not enough to bring. I feel like a speech is needed to bring these fans back together. That's the only thing.
I mean,
you can work together all you want, but that's not going to get the fans to stop hating each other. Like, oh, you're a Punk fan, I'm an Elite fan. Yeah. Oh, we should have got.
And I would think Punk. In some context, he's going to be the one to call him out first. I don't think he would have fans on his side if the Elite call him out.
Yeah. So that's what I mean.
It's a sticky situation. I think one way or the other, I don't know when, but I know it's going to, little by little, it's going to come out there. They're going to work on in whatever program they produce. I'm kind of interested with that whole, Dynamite and Collision show that are taped before All In. How's that going to go by? It's going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
Let's just hope everything goes smooth for All In. Let's not have any shenanigans from back-to-back pay-per-views at all.
Isaiah Hill says Randy Orton might return for SummerSlam 2023. So we're gonna get into SummerSlam here really soon, actually, and that's quite a possibility, actually. Tokyo Domenis, what's going on, man? Welcome to the chat. He says it turned to Dynamite versus Collision. That's a fact. Eric Clark says, "What's up, guys? What's going on, Eric? Man, welcome to the chat.
How's it going?
Everything Pro Wrestling says sad." And then he said August 23rd. It's not happening by August 23rd, I promise you. Russo, bro, just lay down. Lay down.
Oh, no.
And he also says, hell no, CM Punk is not doing a media scrum. And then he also said they are still hating on Punk and Dax. Yeah.
Speaking of Punk, are you excited? He might be coming back with your old favorite music since he put it on his Instagram story.
I hope not, dude. That music does not suit Punk.
Dude, that man, I don't know what you're talking about. That it's suited for him.
It did not. They literally had Randy Orton come out with that first.
Yeah, but that was Orton. It didn't work for
whack.
Orton.
That's
Punk,
whack, man.
It worked in ECW. It got fans popping.
CM Punk versus Ricky Starks this Saturday for the real World Championship. I love that. And Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is the special guest referee.
When I saw Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, I had to do a double take, and I thought it was Bischoff. I'm like, wait a minute.
What's happening? What's happening here, man? What's happening?
Yeah. So.
That's hilarious. I'm excited about this, man.
Yeah,
Ricky Starks is looking like a star over on Collision too, by the way.
Yeah, it's good that he's a heel. I know there was a lot of debate. Oh, did they pull him too early? No, it was perfect contact. He used him. He won the Owen Hart tournament. You know,
Ricky
I loved
Starks looks
everything.
good, man.
Everything he did when just taking the trophy and pretty much giving Jushin Liger the finger and leaving.
Yeah, it's.
So he's.
I'm loving
Starks.
me some Ricky Starks right now, man. As everything
Easily.
pro wrestling would say, Ricky Spanish. Every time, everything pro wrestling said. August 23rd, Dynamite and Collision rosters will be in the building. Yeah, because are they doing that the same night too? They're not pre-recording Collision, right?
I think they are. Yeah, I think they are, but they're.
I thought they were doing the whole.
No, it's not live.
No, it's not. How cool would that be, though? Dynamite and then Collision right afterwards. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure too. Let's see, what is August? No, there's nothing. Yeah, no, it's being pre-taped since they, probably next day or two they got to fly over to England.
Well, congratulations to that crowd that gets to see Dynamite and Collision. That's a 4-hour show.
I know, that's 4 hours plus.
That's probably more. Else. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to be recording. You
get Ring of Honor. You get.
Yep. Ring of Honor. You get Rampage. You know what I mean?
Dark, so it's a lot.
Yeah,
so
Ring of Honor, Rampage. So that's about 6 hours. So each show, Ring of Honor is only an hour, right? So Ring of Honor is an hour.
Yes, unless they do a double tape in the week.
Isn't that crazy? You're going to charge me for the Honor Club and only give me an hour of TV a week? What a rip-off deal, bro. I'm still not with that. I'm still burnt on that. Isaiah Hill says CM Punk should turn heel one more time for the hell of it. Oh, it's coming.
Oh,
it's coming.
One way or another, it's going to be forced.
Yeah. Everything Pro Wrestling says all in. Yeah, man. Speaking of AEW, man, their 200th episode is coming up tomorrow night over on TBS. 200 episodes of Dynamite. I feel like we've had more at this point.
Let's see. What was it? 2019. So what is there? I have to do the math here. It sounds about right. You get 52 Dynamites a year. Times that by 3, so about 150. Yeah, that sounds about right. 200. And I like the whole throwback splash to the original Dynamite covers. So that's
I miss this look. I thought that this was the best look for Dynamite. Was the
I kind of wish they would go back to that. I don't think did they do anything for Dynamite 100? I don't recall.
I'm not sure. I am not sure, but this episode's going to be a win because you got Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus the man JEFFRRETT.
Yeah, I wonder what's going to come out this hard. Are they going to
start
feuding with Jeff?
I don't know, man.
That group, I don't know. I mean, you can't. That's a big step. That you can't go from the BCC to these guys. Come on now.
So you also got Aussie Open versus Vikingo and Commander for the ROH Tag Team Championships. We're bringing the ROH titles back on Dynamite for the 200th episode.
I guess it's probably a one-time thing. You won't see him till Ring of Honor or till Dynamite 300.
Jack Perry face-to-face with Jerry Lynn. This is something that I thought was an actual match. That's what they kind of made it sound like on Dynamite. I guess it's not. It's just a face-to-face.
So it's going to – well, I think they're preparing. Probably the following week it's going to happen. I'm not going to lie. I kind of like the Jack Perry. At first I was like, oh, what the hell is this music? Now he's doing this whole thing of, I have the FTW title that was representing ECW. Let me go after all the ECW guys. Jerry Lynn, very respected. I don't mind this Jack Perry. He does need more work on the microphone, but he'll get up there. It's a lot better than when he did that first promo about calling Anna Jay his bitch, which was very terrible.
Hikaru Shida versus Toni Storm, AEW Women's Championship.
Don't expect much from that. I don't expect too much from that. It'll go a lot better than Baker and Taya went. That was just, not their best.
Chris Jericho and Takeshita versus Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia.
I don't mind. I actually like the program with Jericho joining Don Callis. Makes complete sense with their history. The whole group is already disgrading Jericho, and they're gonna go do their own thing. Jericho's gonna join up with Don Callis. He's already with Takeshita. Who do you think else should be in the family, or whatever he wants to call it? Group, faction.
I don't care. Anything that has Chris Jericho in it, I'm done with. I'm good. I'm fast forwarding everything through Jericho. I don't care who's in his match. I don't care what it is. It is so boring and played out to me now. I'm done with it. He doesn't need to be on every single episode of Dynamite. I'm over it. We'll also hear from MJF. That's probably one of the best parts of the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is something that I'm pretty excited for. It's so random, but anything goes. John Moxley versus Trent Beretta versus Penta as Zero Miedo.
Long story telling, brother.
Dude.
There's a reason.
I'm a Penta mark, man. I'm a Penta mark. That give me anything with Penta in it.
Trent's the oddball. That's the sad thing about this. He's like the oddball in the Penta and Moxley. There go down is Trent. Let's see what this goes. Let's see where this goes. I mean, it seems like they're feuding. I know they got involved in the Ring of Honor or one of the tag matches. Ring of Honor title. And then they had the feud like some time ago with the Best Friends. So
everything Pro Wrestling says Honor Club time varies, to be fair. I'm not being fair with that.
I'm saving my $10.
Yeah, I'm good. Marvel Wolverine PS5. All right, Isaiah Hill.
Tony, and you're not getting my 100 for your 2 pay-per-views. You better, I don't know. You got to do some sort of deal. I ain't paying $50.
Just go ahead and PayPal me that for spending the company card. Don't sleep on Sheeta. Everything Pro Wrestling says. I don't. I like Sheeta, man. She
should have been a heel at the time when I thought she was going to be, but I don't know.
SummerSlam, man. Let's get into it. Let's get into SummerSlam. We got probably the best looking SummerSlam card that I've seen in years.
Yeah.
This is pretty stacked, dude.
Probably the best since when I went to SummerSlam. It was like 5. We should get another one, I'm just saying. I know we had WrestleMania, but still.
Yeah, I don't care what California gets anymore either. I'm done with California.
No, come on.
If Washington doesn't get full gear, I'm done with AEW as well.
You're just waiting for the...
I'm over it.
They made a mistake. It was supposed to be Los Angeles in the game.
No, I'm good. Let's get this one out of the way, man. MMA rules. Ronda Rousey is probably wrestling her last match against Shayna Baszler.
That's what I've heard. The video package was probably the best thing she's done in a while. I heard recently from the Raw. Ronda.
You're lagging out, sir. You are frozen on the screen. Obviously, Ronda didn't want you to talk bad about her because that's what happens. This is what happens, James. He's about to get lagged out. Let's go to the chat. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso, Isaiah Hill says. Yes. We're going to get into that. We're going to dive into it, man. Look, I think that Ronda Rousey needs to go down with this one. It's her supposed final match in WWE. I would like to see her go out as tradition. Yeah, James got that Walmart connection. Everything Pro Wrestling happens every single time, and then he blames StreamYard. Look at that. Just popped out. But I think that Shayna Baszler has earned this match. I would have liked to seen this in like a fight pit if you're really going to do it. MMA rules. What does MMA rules even mean? Are we throwing gloves on? Are we doing tap out knockout? What, or are we doing points? What is going on right now? That's what I'm. James just sent me a message, said gotta refresh. I don't really know exactly what MMA rules means when it comes to WWE. They've had the fight pit match, and it was kind of similar to an octagon-style fight, but obviously with wrestling, you're not going to see anything that you see in WWE in the octagon, because that's where things get a little real for the most part. Some say it's rigged. I don't know, man. Couldn't tell you. You go to Tom Lawler's Twitter account, it'll tell you that it is rigged for sure. But, man, where I'm standing right now, I'm thinking Shayna Baszler has to take this. This is just common sense right now. If Ronda Rousey's going out, Shayna Baszler has to take this dub, man. Just got to take the dub. Thanks. James, did you refresh your Walmart connection?
That's StreamYard.
Yeah, every time. Every time. Hudson, what's going on, buddy? Welcome back to the chat. Everything Pro Wrestling also told you that you got the Walmart connection going on too.
I didn't know they offered internet at Walmart.
Rafael De La Ghetto says Ronda's last match. Don't give me hope. I'm pretty sure it is. Welcome to the chat, by the way. Isaiah Hill says Becky versus Trish. It has not been announced.
It's not on the card. It's in 2
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, it was not on the card. It was not announced for this.
It was
kind of
supposed
strange.
to be on the card, and they changed it and said, "Yeah, we're doing this." And I think it's Canada.
Yeah,
So,
I don't even think I have all the matches on this. Isn't Raquel on this pay-per-view too?
No,
she's not.
No,
okay.
Rhea's not defending the title.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha.
Unless something changes, but in the last I've seen,
SummerSlam Battle Royal, man. Who's in it? Do you know who's in this match?
No, and what is it for? Do you win anything, Bray?
You get a Slim Jim, brother.
Oh, well, don't tell Bray. I guess we're having a Slim Jim match. Get ready, Bray.
Yeah!
That's probably who's going to win a match. He's not on the card.
Could we expect some surprises? You could see Randy Orton pop up in this. You could see Bray Wyatt come back. There's a lot of rumors going on that Bray Wyatt is making his return. I think it would be a little foolish to have him return in a Battle Royal fashion. LA Knight is in this match. I do know that for a fact. Can you imagine the fans losing their minds if LA Knight was to come into this and lose again?
Would not be shocked. I mean, they said it's going to start after SummerSlam is what they claim, but I don't know. He's going to get some sort of some push. It just, you got to be patient with it. Fans, let's see how fans take about it. They weren't patient with your boy Bray Wyatt.
Hudson says, I don't think LA Knight will win it. They said his push was after SummerSlam.
There's other people. There's other participants.
So that brings me to that thing again, like push. What does push mean to you, James? Does push mean championship?
I would say at least just getting, not for the title, but at least competing for one. I would say,
I'd say his push is going pretty well. He's getting TV time every single week. Yes, he's losing, but he's getting a time to shine. The fans are going nuts. He's selling merchandise. Is that not a push?
I think it's just the fact of you have him in this U.S. title contendership and he loses, and fans are like, well, most wrestling fans' agenda, when you get the push, it's going for some sort of title, whether it's tag titles, a single title. He hasn't gone for one. He hasn't had a big major program since Bray. Money in the Bank was probably the next biggest thing for him. I still kind of believe that. I get it. Their cards were in the shuffle, and they wanted Escobar to challenge Theory for the title, which was kind of an odd making. But he will get his chance at some point. It's probably going to challenge Theory for the title. Just got to be patient with it. Probably boost him up with SummerSlam in some fashion. Give him a chance. Let's see where they go with this. I would say by WrestleMania, he's going to have somewhere on that card that's going to have some meaning to it.
All right.
So, but if somebody else needs to win the Battle Royal, I think there's another guy that's been pushing and busting his ass off. We just seen it on Raw. And that's Chad Gable. I think he needs one as well.
Gable's been doing some crazy. I've always loved Gable though, man. I think Gable is just naturally gifted.
Yeah. I think after the group split up, he was just by himself and it took some time. He's been doing very well with Otis and Maxine Dupree. Mm-hmm. He just went 5 minutes with Gunther, which he did very impressive with. So he's going to get something of the nature. He was spectacular at WrestleMania. So let's see where this goes.
Raphael says after that build-up of a nothing burger Bray gave us, he deserves to be in a fatal 5-way or whatever. That storyline went out like a wet fart, and then he said, correction, dry fart. I disagree, man. I think that storyline was great. I think the fans messed that all up. Like, I think the storyline was going. I just, I don't know, man.
And I don't know whose idea.
You gotta let stuff build. You know what I mean?
To this day, and I know you disagree with me, he would have not beat Brock Lesnar. No way. Bobby wasn't believable to me either. I think it was just the wrong timing, and they couldn't figure out who to book him against.
I mean, it depends on what you're doing with him. If it's like supernatural Bray, right, like The Undertaker was, then they could have booked him stronger. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's where your believability comes in. Was just like, all right, well, this dude is unbeatable because of this or of this. They didn't really give Bray that chance to shine.
Like every time he's had a unbeatable character like the Fiend, they screwed that up with Seth Rollins. They screwed it up with Goldberg.
Now, I mean, if you want my honest opinion, nobody is realistic to beat Brock Lesnar or Bobby Lashley. Those two dudes would squash everybody on the roster, and that's a fact.
Right.
So, I mean, you can't sit here and say Bray Wyatt's unbelievable to beat this guy or this guy. Like, come on, nobody's believable to beat two beasts like Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. Nobody would be stepping to them on the streets. It's ridiculous.
We were just always fed the idea like Brock was whooping everything. Now he's been on a losing streak for some time. He got to win.
Hudson says, "I hope he has a back-to-back banger with Chad Gable."
Yeah, then, I would think Gunther would be Gunther and Chad Gable because I know we're gonna come up to that match, but that Drew McIntyre and Gunther match. No disrespect to Drew. This is just a filler. They couldn't think of anybody else. I'm sorry. Drew, but I'm more of a Gunther fan. I hope he passes the record, which he's close to. He's like, 30, 40 days?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Isaiah Hill says, just give LA Knight a title shot. Hell yeah. Yeah! I'm indifferent here, man. I think that LA Knight should still have to go through the ranks and do what he's got to do. You know what I mean? I
think they're doing the whole thing of, okay, he's losing. Now we're going to build him up a little bit. It's just, and it's because, it's weird because you have Austin Theory the champion and he hasn't really done much since the whole beating Cena. It's been kind of a letdown. Not many people are going to care about that. I already see fans are going to hijack that match and chant LA Knight during that whole entire match.
Yeah, speaking of SummerSlam, guys, we are actually going to be going live directly after SummerSlam. We don't normally do that after a pay-per-view, but next Tuesday we will not be live. So if you want to hop in the live chat or do whatever you want to do, it's going to be Saturday night directly after the pay-per-view. That is what we are replacing next Tuesday with. I will be out of town, so there's just no way for me to come on and do a live, you know what I mean? It's a family emergency. Let's just put it that way. So, yeah, we will be live right after SummerSlam. Hop in the live chat and get your reactions then. But right now, we're just giving our predictions, man. What do you think happens in this Battle Royal? Do we get any surprises? Do we get any returns? What do we get in this? Man, is LA Knight taking it? What do you think is happening in this?
Try to think who could you have return. I don't even know how many participants there's. Probably like the 20 people all in the ring at once.
Does the winner get a Slim Jim? Answer the question.
Yeah, probably, and a Snickers bar.
Yeah,
with the veins. Yeah, I don't know. I don't expect nothing crazy from this. This might be, and I don't even know if they still do it anymore. Probably on the pre-show.
You think this is pre-show?
Do they even do? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, filler. This is what I think it is, a filler. But yeah, I could be wrong.
Caleb Thomas, man, welcome to the chat. He says,
"How's it going?"
Isaiah Hill says, "Man is 40 years old." Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, what do you do? Just because he's 40, give him the title? You know what I mean? Like,
I think a small run.
Okay,
maybe a mini run. Not saying world title, because no, not yet. Probably never. He's a little older, but you never say never. Just give him a little bit something, because you disgrace him with putting him at that maximum male model crap, and that's already off the shelf.
Gunther versus Drew McIntyre, Intercontinental title, man.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Drew has a chance in hell of dethroning Gunther?
They'll make it close, but no. I would think Gunther's going to take this. I think they're kind of compelling a storyline. Maybe his boys Ludwig and them are going to turn on Gunther and he's going to go solo. I don't know. That's something I think. There's only one person that can beat him, and that's someone in NXT, but they're not being called up yet. So that has beaten him before. So let's see where they go with this. I just wanted to get the record, but after they settled it, Gunther and Gable is probably going to be your next setup of a match.
Okay,
which
I'm down with that, man. I'm all for it.
I'm down for that. I wish they would have done this, but Drew and the whole mystery of, he might be going to AEW. He might be showing at Wembley.
Who do you think takes out Gunther? Who dethrones him?
What's his name?
Is there anybody on the
Dragunov.
roster? Like he's kind of.
NXT.
You think it's in NXT?
It's NXT. It's gonna be the Dragon. I forgot. Sorry if I mispronounced his name. Ilja Dragunov. That was the one that beat him when he was UK champion for like 600-700 days, and that dude just.
So you think that we're just gonna run it back or what?
Oh yeah, they probably will. I mean, unless you do something. No, this is on Raw. I'm not sure because I mean, yeah, I don't know who you could have him. Who can you have?
This guy over
Gable.
here.
Not Gable.
Everything push Gable. He says put
I don't
the
mind.
belt on him.
I don't mind Gable. I mean,
he says done trolling. Conrad knows that pisses me off. Look, I like Gable too, man, but come on, he ain't beating Gunther.
No.
It's not happening,
unless
man.
there's some shenanigans. I'm trying to think. No one
Isaiah
in this
Hill says no, maybe
him.
not ready yet for LA Knight.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be NXT or WWE could do an inclusion of what Impact used to do of, hey, I'm going to turn in my title, the challenge for the world title. I don't know if they would ever. I'm surprised WWE's never done that. I'm surprised they never took that idea. Hey, I want to cash in this mid-card title for a world title.
Isaiah Hill thinks Randy Orton's coming back. What do you think?
You could do Orton and Gable. I mean, they've been pushing around Matt Riddle. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I thought he wasn't clear to ever wrestle again, according to his dad. So
here's a match that I'm shocked that I'm really excited for. I've loved the build. Everything's been great for this, and this is a mid-card build with no title on the line, no nothing, man. We're talking Ricochet versus Logan Paul. This has been good, dude.
I gotta say, and I don't know if you saw that little diss he did with Samantha Irvin. I'm like, that's the most cheesiest thing I've heard. When your woman's calling my name, I'm like,
honestly, I liked it.
Yeah, it was weak.
I liked
I'm
it.
like, it's the first comment I say. That's like me telling you that I'm gonna go see your girl at McDonald's and she's gonna serve me fries. Like, you know,
yeah,
it seemed kind of weak. They got to give somebody. I mean, Logan Paul's gonna get the W here. I know they've been doing their, you think
Logan needs it?
There. He's gonna need one. Well, how many wins does he have? He has.
Doesn't matter. Do you think he needs it?
I don't mind it.
Like, what are we doing with Logan Paul? That's what I'm asking. Like, we've got Ricochet, who we've basically, this is his first storyline, and I can't even tell you
NXT,
how long.
probably.
Yeah. So, I mean, do we just embarrass Ricochet and have him get beat by Logan Paul, or like what's going on here?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a toss up where you go with this. I actually had a thing. Where was it? I know they always do the sports bets or whatnot. Yeah, Logan Paul is favorite, of course. What do you do next with him? I know he was kind of expected to win Money in the Bank, and then that flew off the shelf for Priest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. What do you do with Ricochet? I mean, NXT run again? I don't know. I really don't know. He could do something over there, compete for the.
Why put him back in NXT? Why can't we put him?
Go after Gunther?
Look, we just did something right now with Logan Paul. Good storyline. Good build-up. This match is happening. Why couldn't we just do more matches like that? Not everything has to be for a title. Once again, that's what irritates me about wrestling. Like, these writers come from writing movie scripts to coming to WWE. We can't write a story unless a title's involved. You know what I mean?
I can tell you Gunther. I would tell you Ricochet would get a storyline in NXT. This is the one they're just doing it as a filler.
I think if you're going, look, this is my opinion for NXT, bro. If you go up to the main roster and you are demoted back down to NXT, that means you're not good. Period.
Would you say Dominic?
Would you
say Dominic and the Judgment Day going to NXT? Is that a down?
I think it's different because Dominic is just super over, and him just going in, he's not demoted because he's still on the show. So, I don't know. Dominic's situation is weird. Baron Corbin, now he's going back to NXT. He's back to the Lone Wolf.
He's doing both. Yeah, he's doing both. He's been doing SmackDown and he's been doing
has
NXT.
He? Okay.
Yeah, they're doing a mix.
Well, then what's up with this draft, bro? What is up with this
Yeah,
draft?
I believe I heard Triple H said, yeah, we're probably gonna end the draft.
Well, I hope so.
So
I hope so.
don't know.
That draft has been a nightmare since the beginning. Isaiah Hill says Randy Orton should turn heel and attack Riddle. That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Gabe, what's going on, man? Welcome to the chat. He said probably won't happen, but I want to see Jay win, Damian cash in and beat him, and then you hear Orton's music to start Orton / Priest. Yeah, Priest ain't cashing in on. I would think that would be no offense, man, but that would be like the worst way to end Roman's streak. That would be the worst way possible to end Roman's streak. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Like, you know what? We're gonna wait for it. We're gonna wait for it because we're gonna talk about
there.
Romans. Yeah,
we'll get there.
We're gonna talk about it. I think you're right. I think Logan Paul wins this match, unfortunately, but I
just don't know where do you put Ricochet? He's kind of lost in the shuffle, I would say.
Did you ever see Ricochet going up against Logan Paul?
Well, yeah. I mean, they teased it at SummerSlam or SummerSlam.
Okay, but that's what I mean. They just made that happen. So why couldn't you just make something else happen that's more interesting?
I'm just trying to.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think who else can he feud with. I mean, they could do a storyline with Samantha Irvin be involved. They could do that cheesy.
I don't want to see any of that crap.
They might. They threw her in
Samantha
there.
Irvin, by the way, phenomenal ring announcer. She is awesome. I actually like those little videos that are on the YouTube Shorts where it's just her reaction to the matches and stuff like that. So awesome, dude. She puts her heart into it. I really dig her.
I just read an article about her saying that if you have to thank anyone, thank Michael Cole. She's like, hey, Michael just told me go with what you need to do, and if you feel that this is how you do it, just do it. And she's like, yeah, it was good. And Vince wasn't yelling at me, so I must be doing something right.
I don't see anybody announcing Imperium like she does. That's for sure. She's an artist, man.
Yeah,
she's good.
She does. Yeah. Oh, the way she does Chelsea Green is fantastic.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like she's really good, man.
She kind of bases herself with the character,
100%.
So I don't know. I'm not sure what you can do with Ricochet, Logan Paul. They're gonna just because he's a big superstar name. Triple H was very fond of him. I don't know what's next for either one of them. It's gonna be interesting.
Charlotte Flair versus Bianca Belair versus Asuka for the women's title.
Yeah, Asuka. I would see Asuka's gonna win here. Don't understand the booking why those two had to win the tag team titles. Made no sense. You had two.
Io Shirai has the Money in the Bank.
So, yeah, you do have Io Shirai. I feel like Bayley. I feel like if you're gonna do a cash in here, and I don't know if it's in the rules, can anybody cash in? If I take you down and I just cash it in myself, can I take ownership of it?
I was listening to the predictions from Clash of the Podcast, Everything Pro Wrestling and Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. They made a good point, man. Charlotte, they're trying to get Charlotte up to that 16, right? They're trying to get her up to the 16. What better way than to just give her a padded number? She's champion number 16 or 15. She's going on her 15th if she wins this one. Give her 15. Io Shirai cashes in, man.
You could, but then what do you do with Asuka? You're kind of putting.
Well, she always gets thrown to the sidelines. That's what sucks.
But, like once she won the title, they're like, oh yeah, wait, let's put these two. Let's put Charlotte and we'll put Bianca in there, and they're just showboating. Well, I have this many titles. Yeah, well, I had the longest run. And Asuka's just there sitting on the back, like you're killing her little by little. As much as you had those two win the tag titles, you just killed two more superstars that had potential. Now you're doing this. I get it for the whole context of 16 championships and her going about that, blah, blah, blah. It wouldn't be surprising. I mean, if that's the way
they're going to give it to her, man. It's not even about surprising. She is going to be the one to beat Flair's record because Flair wants that.
I think they're going to piss fans off. And if Shirai actually tries to cash in, I think Charlotte's going to beat her for it. Think about it. They haven't had a women's cash in lose yet. There's one right there.
But why Io? She hasn't been champion yet, has she?
No.
NXT champion, right?
NXT, but that's about it.
Yeah.
That's the only context I could see.
I don't think they do that. I think Charlotte is going to be going on another break.
They're going to run this with Bianca, and she's already beaten Sasha. She already beat Bayley. I think that's the next one. She might beat her at WrestleMania. beat all the horsewomen. She's already beaten Becky.
Raphael says Ricochet deserves so much more, in my opinion. Been a fan of that guy's work before his WWE days. Yeah, dude. Watched him as Prince Puma in Lucha Underground and a few other things that he's done before that, man. He's phenomenal, dude. That guy is an athlete of athletes.
Yeah, he was so great in NXT. And then he was just like in random pairings. He was doing tag team tournament. The time he teamed with Malachi, Braun Strowman was odd, and then he's been kind of lost in shuffle. They
really haven't handled call ups very well. You know what I mean? Look at Bobby Roode.
I don't know where he's. I think he's injured, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, even when he wasn't, look at how they handled him.
They paired him with Dolph Ziggler.
Tommaso Ciampa. How did they handle him? Johnny Gargano. How did they handle him? Where's he been?
Yeah, I think Gargano. I don't know what's going on with Ciampa. Yeah,
he's just another segment on the show.
I mean, we're still waiting for that DIY return, but I don't know if they're just holding off because KO is injured, so they're just trying to loosen some time. I don't know, but the injuries are looming on them. I've been noticing it, so the time's ticking.
Regardless of what happens in this triple threat match, I do not see Bianca Belair pulling this out. It's either Asuka or Charlotte.
I didn't. I think it's going to be Asuka. I still think like these two are going to bicker. They get distracted, and
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Charlotte. You get the cash in. Charlotte then goes to have her rematch because she wasn't ready or whatever. Plays the heel Charlotte role, and then gets her 16th title win. I'm telling you, you give the title to Io Shirai for a short period. And you give it right back to Charlotte. I think that's what they're going to do, man.
Just leave. Go away. Be like Cena, end with 15, and that's it. I know people are still demanding.
Actually, Cena's on 16. He's tied.
Is he on 16? Okay,
he's tied.
People wanted to break the tie, and I'm like, it's a women's championship.
That's why Cena hasn't won it. He hasn't won it the 17th time because he doesn't want to break Flair's reign.
Yeah.
Raphael says, I love Charlotte, but she can go on another break.
Go over there. Go support your man over there in AEW.
Cape says, I'm giving the W to Asuka. I hope Asuka does win.
She is fair. You can't bury her character with this whole thing. They already took the character away, and then you give her the title, which I'm glad they did, but now you're just going to have her lose it. Now, cash in, okay, I understand. I mean, you could do Asuka and Io Shirai for the time being, and Bianca and Charlotte did her own thing for the time being. Who knows?
Everything Pro Wrestling says, remember Asuka's new character? Sad face.
Yeah.
Raphael says, and I've never forgiven them for how they ended Asuka's streak at WrestleMania.
Yeah, what a downer. But no, she has to have it. They're just doing this for the whole name of Flair.
So your prediction is Asuka then, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going
I would say Bayley was going to get involved, but she's hurt too, so I mean, that's the only way if you can get Bayley in there. Someone's going to lose the briefcase. That's the thing. No one has lost the briefcase as a woman. So either Bayley screws her over or Bayley tries to claim the briefcase herself, cashes in, and I don't know.
Just because nobody's lost as a woman doesn't mean you have to do it right now.
They're going to have to do one. At least one.
Right now, though? Like, she's got to do it now, James?
No, but at some point,
one of those you're one of those impatient fans that got Bray Wyatt taken off the TV.
Now. I wouldn't say no.
Facts.
There's certain context though. That thing was dying. The minute.
All right, well, I'm calling it, man. I think it was Sean Hubbard that actually called that out. Charlotte Flair winning the title, Io Shirai cashing in, but then I'm throwing one on top of it. Charlotte Flair defeats Io Shirai at the next pay-per-view, gets the 16th title. Telling you.
And then Bianca beats her.
That's WWE for you, brother.
And then Bianca's going to beat her at WrestleMania because she's going to be the first one to go. Well,
that's fine. And then Charlotte will go back and beat Bianca and then beat her father's record. That's exactly what's going to happen, dude.
No, we can't do that.
Whether you want it to or not, it's going to happen.
17. No, thank you. What do you do with the tag title? Is she going to be a triple? Is she going to have 2-3 belts on her? The next Roman Reigns?
Conrad said, I will be pissed.
Oh,
watch it happen, dude. I'm calling it right now. The queen, man. She's getting that 17 title. You watch.
All because of her daddy's name.
No, she's good, man.
If she wasn't a Flair, I'm telling you, that would not have been up there.
She's got the skill.
I'm telling you, it's the context of the name Flair.
Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. for the world title. That rematch for the Universal title, man.
SummerSlam. Except Finn gets injured again. Oh, that
it was at SummerSlam too, huh?
It was too, yeah, over the new title. It's gonna go back and forth. I know Damian Priest is gonna go back and forth of thinking of cashing in. I don't think he's gonna pull the trigger yet. I think Seth's gonna come out of this.
Interesting. So Everything Pro Wrestling, they also said that on the Clash of the Podcast. They said that if Finn Balor wins, you could have Damian Priest kind of promising that he's not going to cash in on Balor, but it's always in the back of Balor's mind that he will cash in.
He's going to leave the group. I mean, one way or another. He's been the one having problems with Damian Priest. Finn. He's going to leave the group.
Okay.
He's going to go his own separate way. They're going to be feuding. Dominic.
And then what do you do with him?
Finn?
Yeah, you just turn him back into the demon.
Oh, God. Why? So they can kill it again? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna. Good. I don't know. I'm not sure we do it. Then Seth, who do you feud him with next? Gunther? I don't know.
Seth probably wants to take a break for a little while.
And what are they doing for Survivor Series? That's I know we're in August. That's in what, a couple months.
We're Survivor Series this year.
Chicago.
Who cares? Who cares what they do with Survivor Series? Man, screw Chicago at this point. You know what I mean? They get everything.
Yeah, well,
I don't care. Any event that's going to Chicago, I don't care anymore. I'm telling you that right now. All Out, not getting the pay-per-view.
Super Bowl, Chicago. I'm
not watching it. Not unless the Seahawks are there.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what you can do with this. Or if Finn wins, you have him cash in, and then there's that whole thing. Damian Priest being your world champ, but I mean, is it going to put, is it going to be people in those seats? I don't know. I think Seth's going to keep going on. I think 2024 he'll be there still going on.
Okay. I'll tell you what I think. I think that regardless of who wins this match, I think LA Knight is eventually coming to Raw. LA Knight will eventually be going up against whoever the world champion is. That's who they're going to put. That's why he didn't win the U.S. title. That's why he's not winning all these little titles or anything like that. I think that this is what they're going to be pushing LA Knight for because he's not winning the title. You got to keep in mind, this is the secondary title. This is the participation trophy of WWE.
I mean, he would be entertaining to see as a mid-card champ. I wouldn't mind it. I mean, Austin Theory, we haven't heard, I know a lot of fans hate him as is. They haven't done squat for him. I haven't heard what he's done.
He ain't got Vince backing him every day in Gorilla.
He ain't. What did he benefit from beating Cena? Nothing. Nothing's came out of it. So that was your opportunity, and then you put Escobar in there for some reason. I don't know. And, condolences. Hopefully Ray's getting better. So I know that was a nasty spill for him.
Raphael says, I think we'll see Charlotte in AEW one day.
You know what?
And then AEW fans will rejoice.
So I didn't think about this. I could see this. Maybe Edge gets involved. We haven't heard Edge in a while. Could get involved. Screws Priest over.
There's still a lot of people that speculate that Edge will be going to AEW soon.
Yeah,
I don't think that's going to happen.
I've heard that with him and Christian, your favorite, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think
Edge
it's going to happen.
Christian versus FTR.
I don't think it's going to happen.
No, I mean, Edge is coming up on his retirement. I think, what is it? What did he do? October or somewhere in Canada? I know that's coming up. But I think maybe one more run against the Judgment Day.
They protected Edge so well in WWE that he's fine to continue to wrestle. Imagine him going to AEW, dude. That dude's career's over. Like it's too hard hitting. They do too many questionable things over there. Yeah, it's
bringing the concertos to AEW and all this and that.
I just don't see Edge being a part of that, man. I just don't see it happening. I don't know. Everything pro
Christian and Adam Copeland coming to the ring.
So who do you think's winning that match? Is it going to be Seth Rollins or is it going to be Finn Balor?
I think it's going to be Seth. I still feel a collision now that this popped in my head. I think Edge is returning.
I think they got better storylines to tell if Finn Balor wins.
Because remember, I'm going to pick Finn Balor. He didn't really do much with Damian Priest. Could throw it in there and hold it off for the cash in while he's focusing on that. I don't know. I think we're gonna get more shenanigans where Finn gets pissed
Or-
off, and
Or you can have Finn lose this match and then Damian Priest cashes in SummerSlam.
see how.
I don't think Damian Priest. I don't want to see Damian Priest as a world champion. I'm going to go on and say it. It's like,
No, don't get me wrong. He's
don't
done
wanna see
spectacular work. He's with the whole Bad Bunny situation and handling all that.
Yeah,
He's improved. I'll give you that.
it was good. Yeah, no, it was amazing.
Who knows? Or he could be a Phil Cashin too. I don't know.
But him as the guy,
No.
I don't know.
No, not for being the second champion, the second ever one to hold that title. No, and it could be somebody else returning. I'm surprised we didn't get a heel turn for AJ Styles. I would have wanted to see that run because he hasn't been on TV. His boys are collecting a check in the mail every week.
I don't think AJ wants to be the champion, man. I think that AJ is trying to take it easier on his body to preserve a little more time.
He's in his 40s.
So Tokyo Dominus says Seth Rollins confirms he's banged up. Also, so Seth Rollins, I did read that actually.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty bad back injury. So that's what I mean. Like Seth Rollins can't carry this torch for too long.
Yeah,
he's not going to
run the line.
He's not going to carry it like a Roman Reigns. I'll tell you that.
Or what if Finn beats Damian Priest? If he ends up winning the title. Could be something
man.
like that.
It's about time they do something with Finn Balor. That's all I'm going to say, man.
The whole thing, hey, you need to lay down for me. I led this. No, and then they have a back and forth for disagreement.
That's what I mean. There's stories to tell. Whether if Finn Balor wins it, I'm going with Finn Balor just because I want to see the stories play out.
I just think Edge is gonna. I think they're gonna involve Edge one more time.
Interesting. Raphael says Seth gonna have a movie to promote soon, but I don't know if he'll lose this match. Maybe in the next pay-per-view or two. We'll see. Isaiah Hill says WWE 2K24. Yeah. We got some more videos coming out, man. I'm gonna do a WWE 2K24 video. It'll probably drop Sunday. Raphael says, man, my allergies are killing me, dude. I just keep rubbing my eyes just constantly. Raphael says, when the mouse Disney calls you, you answer. Even Vince can't stop that.
So, and it's back and forth on the Seth Rollins for betting. If you bet Seth Rollins is favored at 140 and Finn is favored at 120, so that's pretty close.
Interesting.
So it's not.
Yeah, it's going to be a good 100%. Match. Dude. This card that we have announced so far is a pretty stacked card for SummerSlam, I would say. So it looks good, but they'll have to pull it off, man. They'll have to make it good.
And if there is a women's match, because this one had Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez on the betting on the sports books, Rhea Ripley is gonna retain.
That's fact. Yeah, they're not getting rid of Rhea Ripley just yet. They're too over. Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar, Part 3.
Yeah, I don't know. Are we gonna get a stipulation? They kept saying that there's a stipulation coming. There's a stipulation coming.
There is no stipulation.
I think that's out of the window unless something gets announced on Friday or somewhere on the line.
They might save it for a social media thing, or I don't know.
It's a Slim Jim match. I don't know.
They're tied 1-1.
Yeah.
I'm going with Cody.
Yeah, it's going to be Cody. And then someone's going to return. And if it's anybody, it's probably going to be Bray.
Did you watch that Cody doc?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Dude, phenomenal. So good, man. I don't care what anybody says. You can hate Cody all you want, man. That documentary was awesome. Probably one of the best documentaries that I think the WWE has released in many years.
Do you think somebody should interrupt the match afterward?
No.
Or just straight up, Cody gets the victory and no shenanigans?
I think you should beat him clean.
Do you see a surprise coming? Like, I know a lot of people have anticipated Bray because of the inclusion of he brought him into NXT.
I think it would be really interesting if Cody gets the victory and Bray does come out, and now we have Cody feuding with Bray. That would be a pretty cool thing.
Now, how do you hand that with Bray is my question. Do you have Cody go over on him?
You have Cody go over. You have to have Cody over. Look, Cody is going to WrestleMania to defeat Roman Reigns. WrestleMania 40. The story will be finished. I promise you. That's why we are not giving it to Jey Uso. Spoiler alert. We're not getting Jey Uso is great, but he is mid-card, bro. Cody Rhodes is one of the biggest stars that WWE has had in a very, very long time. Cody Rhodes made the right decision by leaving AEW, where he was being booed out of the building, booked himself into a corner to where he couldn't win the world title, and now he's in WWE going to the biggest wrestling show of all time. I don't care what they're doing at Wembley. WrestleMania beats everything. Always. It's WrestleMania. It's seen by way more eyes, and it doesn't cost $50 on pay-per-view. So I'm just going to say Cody made the best decision business-wise that he probably ever made in his life. Going back to WWE was a good choice. It was a good thing, and now he is one of the top guys selling the most merchandise, and he's going to be headlining WrestleMania for a second year in a row. I don't see what else to say. You have to have Cody Rhodes go over on Bray Wyatt. Fans wanted adversity, right? Like, oh, he needs more adversity. That's why he didn't win last year. Well, he's getting it. Mm-hmm. He's getting it. He's going to lose along the way, too. Maybe he has a, best out of 3 with Bray Wyatt. Maybe Bray Wyatt does beat him one time. Maybe Cody beats him twice. But either way, Cody finishes all stories. That's how you tell that story. It would be interesting
if you bring out the Firefly Funhouse, you do all that crap with Cody.
It would be cool, dude.
Mentions of Dusty and all that.
I'm biased though when it comes to Bray Wyatt. I'm biased. I think that you could do some really good stuff, cinematic wise, with Bray Wyatt in the build up leading to him versus Cody Rhodes. I think that would be great. But at the same time, fans are going to probably crap on that too, right? Like Bray Wyatt comes back and then you just have him lose. Yeah, it's incredible how fans think. But
would it be a backward statement if Cody goes after another title, like a mid-card title for the time being?
No.
Perhaps a Gunther.
I don't want to see it. No.
Cody versus Gunther, you don't want to see. Because remember, they had that inclusion last year.
Nope. I don't want to see it.
Because you got a dominant champion.
I would like to see Cody versus Gunther, but I don't want to see it for the Intercontinental title. I don't want to see Cody winning another title other than the one that he's chasing. Or they swerve
you back. I mean, he was feuding with the Judgment Day. Let's see who wins that. Could you see a Seth and Cody match? I know they claims they don't want to do that.
That's not going to happen again. They've already had their matches. I don't see it happening.
Never say never with this company. They will go ass backwards.
I don't see it. I don't see that match happening again. It's not worth running back. They've told their story.
Or Randy. If you just don't bring out Bray, you have him feud with
Randy would be good too. That's what I mean.
They have their own storyline going of, hey, you were in the legacy and all that.
When it comes down to Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes, I need Cody Rhodes to win clean. Afterwards, I don't care what happens. I really don't.
Yeah. I'm just wondering.
But what kind of adversity does Cody face if he doesn't beat Brock clean in this third match?
No, he's going to beat him clean.
That's what I mean. But if he didn't, then where would the adversity be?
Yeah.
So that's, yeah, I need Cody winning clean on this one. That's it.
I'm still like
tell
wondering.
Your story right, you got to tell it that way.
I'm still questioning how do you insert him into the whole Roman Reigns going for that title. You're not going to have him win. I
don't think you do until Royal Rumble, James. I'm going to be honest.
I just always figured of, okay, if he doesn't win the Rumble, who's going to win it? Why would you rather challenge the bigger champion of Roman Reigns, or would you want to go for the secondary? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just seems like.
I don't.
So that's where I'm like, if you have Seth retain, that's where I'm like, you got to have Seth retain to put some, more prestige on that title.
Yeah, but Seth doesn't. Like I said, he's hurt for one. He's got movies to promote, as Raphael said.
Okay, I'll ask you: if you won the Royal Rumble, would you go for the easier championship, or would you go for Roman Reigns?
Roman Reigns.
So that's why I'm like, who do you have win it, or do you have him repeat and win it again?
You go to Roman Reigns. I tell you, that second championship is exactly how you said it. It's a second championship. It doesn't matter.
Who the hell wanted to challenge for the secondary? Because I don't think they're going to repeat it and Cody wins it again, or somebody else wins it. Hey, I want to challenge the other world title. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird context of how are they going to interpret this? Or does Cody just squeezes in there like a Daniel Bryan?
Let me ask you, if you're the world heavyweight champion, Seth Rollins, where are you at on the card at WrestleMania?
Not the main event. You'll probably be the first one for all I know. He might just do like he's
there.
You
go.
The
there you go. You go after Roman Reigns if you win the Royal Rumble. Period. That's the main event of WrestleMania. That's what
I'm trying to figure out. Who else?
James, when you bought a ticket to WrestleMania, you had a choice: night 1, night 2. Which one did you go to?
Well, obviously, I went to night 2.
Okay, what was the best match of the night?
I mean, technically, the mid-card title match was the best one.
No, it was Roman and Cody.
It was not.
Yes, it was.
No, there's no
yes,
way.
It was.
I'll fight you on that. There's no way.
No.
It was up there. It's already got match of the year candidates. Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew.
For who? Dave Meltzer?
No, it wasn't Dave.
Get out of here. Dude, that match at WrestleMania 39 was phenomenal between Roman Reigns and Cody. Nobody knew what was going to happen. Go watch the doc. Look at everybody's face when Cody loses. Tell me that wasn't the match of the night. I don't care about like all the hard-hitting stuff. They told the best story in the world in that match. All you got out of the Gunther match was a match. Any match in AEW can be the match of the year candidate. I'm just saying. They all have matches like that. This one, total story.
I think
there was nothing better on WrestleMania than Cody. I think I've seen better
Roman Reigns matches. I don't know. I don't think
I disagree.
That was the best one.
I disagree.
Cody and Seth matches were better than that one. I'm sorry. In my preference.
I agree with that. But nothing tops the story. Nothing tops the story that Roman and Cody were telling. Nothing. Nothing. Dude, the whole stadium was filled with Cody merchandise. And everybody was like crying. There were kids crying. There were adults crying. Everything when he lost at WrestleMania. Go watch the doc, man.
I don't know. I mean, when I was there in person, it seemed like very Roman Reigns based. As soon as the music turned on,
probably your section.
It was not my section.
Dude, bro, I seen videos of people tearing down the barricades when Roman Reigns won.
No.
Yes.
Probably. I believe you on that. Once everybody was leaving the arena, I heard nothing but Cody Rhodes slander. So I don't know. On TV, yeah, I heard it was majority Cody, but once off camera, it was no. Go back to AEW is what I heard.
Yeah, that's slander right there.
Don't do this for your father. You already abandoned your father.
I don't believe you. You're the biggest troll ever, man. That did not happen.
I'm telling you, I heard it from fans. I'm like,
you're tripping.
I had fans disagreeing about it. No,
get out of here.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, nothing told us a better story than what they were doing with the Bloodline and Cody Rhodes.
Oh yeah, the story was there, but the match, I thought the other one was better. I still think the other one was better.
You're tripping.
I still think the other one was better.
Steve Kelly says, Cody wins. Isaiah Hill says, do you think Randy Orton should be the showcase star for WWE 2K24? No, I don't.
I wouldn't be shocked if they did it. He's been, in the company 25 years or whatever the hell, or whatever anniversary.
Spoiler alert, it's Roman Reigns. I'll guarantee.
Yeah.
Roman
it would be the second cover for him.
Yeah. Everything Pro Wrestling says, IC title was a banger. Yeah, it was. I'm not taking anything away from that match. The match was great. That was the only two matches that James got, as a matter of fact, that night that was actually good.
Yeah.
Even the Hell in the Cell, that was like possibly the worst Hell in the Cell match I've ever seen.
Not to mention fans were booing once Finn got up. Get up, you wimp. Like, come on.
This is, I agree, Gunther match was great. Yeah, no, it was great. It was. Wrestling is booming again, Brian Cutler says. I mean, yeah.
All the way.
Yeah. Everything Pro Wrestling. By the way, welcome to the chat, Brian Cutler. Everything Pro Wrestling says it's WrestleMania 3, Hogan versus Andre, sold tickets, Savage versus Steamboat, best match. Yep. When it comes to wrestling, yeah, I guarantee. That's
if you had Cody win it, it would be on top. They didn't have a win it, so it's kind of like a frown upon. It was, bad decision. Can it carry on of him winning it?
Said Hogan versus Andre was the draw. Raphael says, I didn't care who won that match either way, but I will say they should have put the step, I think he said strap, Cody the Night of Mania. Now nobody cares. That's not true, man. Cody's still super over.
To be honest, I think after thinking about it, that they kind of maybe put the right decision with Cody losing because, I mean, the Bloodline. Yeah. What do you do after? What do you do with the Bloodline after?
That's true. Yeah.
What do you do?
You know what? I was one of the guys that was raging after he lost too. I was so pissed off that night that he lost, but I've come around, man. Like, I think that holding off was the right way to do things, man. Cody's doing his own thing now, and everybody's like, well, why isn't he talking about Roman Reigns in the title? Because you guys wanted adversity. So now he's just kind of stepping away from that picture and doing his own thing, doing his own feuds, and it's going to lead. He's going to get there
kinda,
again.
He's kind of building himself up. Like, let me beat some other monsters. This is my first time encountering Roman. Well, he has encountered him in the way past, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I think it was kind of best for it. At the time, no, of course, everyone was disagreeing. He should have been champion. He was over. Now, for once, I kind of agree with how they did the transition of him losing it. You still had Solo Sikoa get involved and all that. I thought it was the right way.
Isaiah Hill says, "Holy hell, it's Roman Reigns." Oh, I don't know if it's Roman Reigns, man. I don't make the 2K games. I'm just.
What if you
I'm
have Solo win the Royal Rumble?
I would just give it a fake spoiler.
That's my thing. What if you have Solo win the Royal Rumble? Do you have him go after the other championship, or do you have him go after Roman?
Bro, I don't get this. Like, this kind of stuff gives me a headache. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, why in the fuck would you have Solo Sikoa even going after the title? Like, even if he went after the title, why would you have him be the guy to beat Roman Reigns?
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay, well then why the fuck are we wasting our time? Like, come on,
I'm not saying
man.
it. They are already building, like, you're the next tribal chief. You were supposed to be it, but here's Jay. Here's Jimmy.
I don't know.
I think jealousy. Eventually, he's going to turn on them, and Roman's going to go solo. Eventually, he's going to.
Well, of course, but Roman's also going to be stepping away soon. Roman's not going to be in the WWE for as much longer. No. I don't see him going.
There's nobody else in the title history they hate right now. If they wanted to push
Roman Reigns next year after he lost the title could call it quits and just go straight into the Hall of Fame, and that would be a career.
Oh yeah, and that was the other surprise. Your boy, The Rock.
Yeah, well, that's another thing, too. A lot of people think The Rock is showing up.
You put everything on hold. Hey, Cody, we had Rock here first.
Let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about it. The build for this has been amazing. Everything that the Bloodline has done has been amazing. There's not been any shortcomings. There's been nothing that has lost my interest. What they are doing with this storyline, period, is good. Now, if the next part of the story is Solo Sikoa coming in and now we're going to have Solo versus Roman, whatever. I don't think Solo's ready, man. He's still very much a rookie and very green in the ring to be stepping in with a Roman Reigns. He is not a Jey Uso. This is the best possible scenario for a Bloodline versus Bloodline match.
Should Solo finish the story for his father?
I just don't see it making sense, man. I think that Solo is too green to be stepping in there.
I speculate they're going to go the AEW route with the whole, Cody gets help from the Usos, and they just give him the thumbs up, like, all right, you can do your finisher.
So you think that they're going to taint Cody's run?
No.
When Cody does win?
I'm saying they're going to do like the same anticipation when Hangman beat Kenny for the title. Of, all right, you get the thumbs up, you can do your finisher. We're not going to get involved. Well, I still see that as the context, like the Cody and the Usos, and in some way Solo, they're gonna get involved and like, well, you're the one that has to beat him.
It could happen.
So I've heard other thoughts.
You think The Rock's showing up this Saturday?
I hope not. I'm kind of over the whole Rock thing.
Me too.
I'm kind of over the whole
if The Rock did show up, where would you put him against Roman Reigns without kicking Cody out of WrestleMania?
Survivor Series.
Would you book that match for Survivor Series?
I mean, I've heard speculations that they want to bring Rikishi back because
isn't that when The Rock came back last to face John Cena? Was a Survivor Series? Was it a Survivor Series or
no? That's where he beat Punk. Yeah, I think was it Survivor Series. I know it was when he was hosting WrestleMania. It might have been Survivor Series.
How do you see this match going, James?
I think there's going to be shenanigans. A ref's going to get knocked down, and I think it's going to be they're going to put. I would think Jimmy's going to show up, and he's going to have the chair or something or the title in his hands. He's going to be undecisive. I think he's going to pause and don't know what to do. And I hope WWE doesn't go this route, they have him turn heel on his brother, and they start that whole thing, and Jay's by himself. I don't know where they're going to go with this. That's a scenario, and I don't think that's going to be the one, though. Somewhere Solo's going to get involved, probably kicked out. And it looks like Jay, because they're going to do anticipation of Jay getting close to winning it. Roman's going to escape and get victory. I think Jimmy's going to be a big inclusion of this match. If he can't decide of who should I hit.
Conrad says, if you smell, la. Chris says, James, you are the shenanigans. Jeez. God. I think it's going to go down like this, man. Jimmy eventually has to get back in the picture. Right now, he's injured.
Triple threat until Roman can do a double stack.
Jay tries to win it. He's not going to win it at Survivor Series. Something's going to happen. Maybe Jimmy returns. I don't know. Maybe Jimmy returns and turns on Jay.
I think he's going to pause and say, do I want to hit him? He did say I was going to be the next tribal king here. Here comes the Scorpion King.
Jeez. Rikishi and everybody showing back up.
Look,
eventually they're going to get into the fold, right?
Oh, I mean, he's been teasing it. You know, you're disrespecting this. Is Keish ready to do it one more time in the ring?
I don't think that he necessarily needs to come back for a match per se, but he could.
Let's not forget Undertaker's on his way to SummerSlam.
Is he going to SummerSlam?
Yeah, he's penciled in. I don't know to do what. No one knows.
Oh, geez. Byron Cutler says LA Knight is winning that battle royal. Maybe it's the Undertaker that's winning that battle royal. Maybe he tosses LA Knight out and then the fans riot. I don't know, man.
Oh, jeez. One more match.
Obviously, I'm calling Roman Reigns in this match, man. The end of the day, it's time for Cody to finish the story. Nobody's beaten Roman except for Cody. Cody is that guy. He's the only guy to beat Roman for the title. Period.
It would be a shame if he got injured or if any of these guys get injured.
And it could happen, and that's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about.
The Rock is your backup plan? Do you have one of the Usos as your backup plan?
All I know is The Rock is free right now because there's a writer strike going on in L.A. right now. Rock is not making any movies.
Yeah, he has no XFL. He's not doing no movies.
He's not doing nothing right now.
Survivor Series.
He could show up at SummerSlam in Detroit.
We already have 2 split titles. I mean, even though he showed up on ESPN with 3 titles.
We're going to find out this Saturday, man. This Saturday, we are going live directly after SummerSlam to give our reactions, our thoughts. Hopefully we get some Bray Wyatt or Randy Orton or even The Rock, man. We'll see.
Or we don't get anything.
Keep an eye on our short-form content, guys. Go and check out some of our videos. Support those. Leave comments, get in with the community, and talk about the video games, what we've been doing, man. Other than that, follow us everywhere at the Pro Wrestling Shoot on all social media
Twitter bird needs to go away. It needs to be an X.
It's not happening. This is not being replaced. That Twitter bird will stay there. Break it down. Everywhere at the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Listen, if you're listening on the audio platforms, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, leave us a 5-star rate and a friendly review, man. And follow us on Spotify. We're almost monetized on that bitch. So that would help out, man. Share the podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a subscribe, man. We're trying to reach that number. You know, we got a goal in mind. We're trying to reach 1,000 by November at least. So I'd like to reach it by October if I could. If we can reach 1,000 subscribers by October, then that's a good goal right there.
Easily.
But let's take a couple more comments right before everything pro wrestling putting up the X. Everybody putting up the DX. Putting up the DX.
The Elon X.
Chris says, no Rock, please. Yeah, for real.
Goldberg.
Byron Cutler has to throw in some WWE 2K24 stuff. Weapon stacking in WWE 2K24, please. Hopefully we get that in some AEW Fight Forever, too. I'm Jesse Carter. He's James Bernard Jr. We'll see you next week right here on the Pro Wrestling Shoot.